Welcome to Between Two Wheels, where we talk about all things on and between two wheels. I'm Johnny Roblox, and with me this evening is Justin. She already has me wrapped bird. And Uncle, I will teach Luna the ways of the pony Ken. Today's live stream is being brought to you by Get Lowered Cycles, where BTW fans get a free shirt with any $100 purchase. Just use the number 2W podcast as the coupon code and put your shirt size in the notes section. What's going on, guys?
What's up?
A lot, apparently.
You know, it's crazy. We had the ride where we got to see the reveal of Luna. Super psyched.
Yep.
Just so you know, I did hit order today.
Oh boy. Oh boy.
I told you, newborn to 18 months, onesies are not going to be an issue, especially 100% inappropriate. One of the nice things about not being like an actual father, I have a ton of nieces and nephews that I've got to practice this on.
Yeah.
And it's gotten progressively worse. It's been great.
Can't wait.
But,
our registry stuff is already like flooding our house, so
nice.
I can only imagine.
Oh, what the OGs are going to do to you? I mean, for you?
Yeah. For me.
Okay, so I kind of got creative today on the thumbnail, but this is actually like legit motorcycle news. I am so freaking happy to have actual motorcycle news. And there's a section we're going to talk about that has to do with motorcycle sports. And I actually wrote this. I did this. If I'm willing to talk about this, you know something is good is coming from it. But
I'm scared.
we haven't really talked about the motor company in quite a while. But alas, Harley Davidson has made our job so much easier. This week, we heard about Harley Davidson terminating the first 200 jobs of the 700 planned to be reduced. This is all part of their rewire program. Now, I did a little digging in this. Important note about these 200 jobs. The majority of these were open job recs. Now, for those who aren't familiar with what the game managers do to protect their teams, and one way is to look at our current team and we overestimate how many jobs we're going to need to fill. So if I know my company's doing bad financially and we're going to probably have a 10% reduction in force, I'm going to budget an extra 10% headcount. So then when it comes time for me to lay off someone, I'm laying off a job rec and not an actual person. So that's important to note about this. Now, what is fun is they did not just terminate job recs. They got rid of John Olin. And I feel bad.
Why?
John Olin was Harley's chief financial officer. Super nice guy. And he'd been with the company for like 17, 18 years. It's insane. But when you're the CFO of a publicly traded company and your company's not making the numbers, I'm sorry, you got to go. But I did reach out to him to interview. No response.
Yeah, let's see how that goes.
No response.
I mean, if you don't ask, the answer is always no.
Well, correct. Exactly. But
I wonder if he's in line with the ring of pedophiles that are losing their jobs.
Ooh.
I mean, they always thought Levitich was as well, and he stepped down or whatever.
He was canned.
I mean, you shake your head, no, but it's completely plausible.
Well, anything's plausible, right?
Yeah.
Or anything's possible, but this is pretty clear. They canned Levitich. they canned his second in command, his CFO. Does this, I mean, this doesn't change anything for Harley. We're going to see this happening at Harley over the next 6 to 8 months. More and more of the old guard is going to be gone. Now, that's common anytime you have a brand new CEO come in. You know, he's gonna clean house, bring in his people that he trusts,
kick over some trash cans. Yeah.
Yeah. So I think it's good that they are trimming the fat. I saw some, and I couldn't confirm any of it, but I saw that they were going to be terminating a few hundred positions within the manufacturing facilities. Listen, that makes sense. And the way that the union negotiated the deals is based on the total population of layoffs, X percentage has to be non-union. So that's what we're seeing here, is those non-union jobs getting kicked out first. But I feel bad. I feel bad that people are losing their jobs, but, you know, COVID's a bitch.
Yeah, I mean, I feel bad for the actual employees, not anybody that wears a suit to work every day.
Wait a second. I take offense to that.
You work in a factory?
No one in a factory wears a suit to work every day.
Exactly. So I feel sorry for them. But the guys who wear their suits to the Harley Davidson factory every day, I don't feel sorry for them.
Okay.
Dude, have you seen Harley's stock?
Yeah.
It's up 50% in the last 3 months.
And I'm not allowed to buy any of it.
That is ridiculous.
All the stock I had to sell when I went to work for my current employer, I bought around that $5 to $7 a share and have been holding it, all the way up until I started with this firm. It's crazy. But something else a little juicier about Harley Davidson, and I'm calling out Harley because it's a motorcycle live stream here, but this is happening with a lot of other companies too. But Harley is boycotting Facebook advertising for the month of July as part of the end racism movement that other companies are doing. Now, here's what I find to be interesting about these corporate boycotts. They only hurt Facebook, and they only help the companies that are saving all of that money from advertising. But they're also helping out the other advertising avenues that these companies use, because they're going to bolster those ads as they boycott Facebook. But these
boycotting Facebook
advertising. So they're not going to run any Facebook ads.
I heard that they weren't running any ads at all.
The articles I read 3, they all specifically called out Facebook advertising.
I'm so out of the loop.
I think it's a boycott around the racist overtones and undertones that a lot of the advertisements have gone out, and a lot of the political advertisements and a lot of the racially charged things going on with those. So a lot of these big companies are boycotting Facebook ads. That's how I understood it.
You know what that screams to me? We're hemorrhaging money and we need to cut off something.
But here's the thing. It's not
also
just
look
Harley.
good in the company.
I mean,
No,
yeah.
I'm not saying this just for Harley.
Yeah.
I'm saying this for every company that's doing this.
Now,
Yeah, I mean, nobody's raking it in right now.
No, and they don't want to come up, like Harley just did, cutting off X number of jobs. Let's go ahead and cut the media budget first, pass it off as a social justice movement, and save. Oh, can you imagine how much money they spend on those ads?
Oh,
Hundreds of thousands.
But let's look at it like this too. One of their rewire initiatives is going out and reaching their base customer. All of their base customer is on Facebook. That's where all the old people are.
yeah, the rest of us are on TikTok.
So
Getting all your data soaked up.
I'm just saying.
Bitch, please. I was in the Air Force. My dad is out there.
But here's what's great. These grand gestures that all of these companies are doing, we're seeing automotive companies doing it, everyone doing it. But all they're doing is simply marketing to the demographics that they are lacking a good customer base in. That's all these things are doing. Harley has admitted that they have shifted their marketing to include more non-male and non-whites as a way to attract more riders to the brand.
Non-whites.
Goddamn white people.
I can't like.
Okay,
it blows my mind
here's
that
why
people
I
can
say
make
this.
statements like that.
I said non-whites because the 2 articles that I confirmed this on said people of color, and I freaking hate that. Everyone is a person of color. Depends on how long I'm in the sun for. But I hate that. That just irks me. But what are your thoughts on these things? I mean, we know that from 2008 to 2012, Harley's big push was on Latin American riders. And they were really targeting Latin American male riders. A lot of the advertisements were very machismo-esque riders. Now, 2012 to 2019, 2018, we see that they shifted more to female enthusiasts and softening the bad boy image. Around that same time that Sons of Anarchy was going off the air, they could get rid of the bad boy image. But I just, do people see this for what it is?
Well, see, of course, I cut the cord as far as TV goes, so I don't see their commercials unless, and the only commercial of Harley that I've seen recently is popping up on YouTube videos, and I can skip it in the first 5 seconds. So, yeah, I haven't watched the whole commercial.
Motorcycle Mick, thank you for chiming in. Do you notice that Harley seems to support TV shows with their target audience? Sons of Anarchy, Mayans, UFC. They're one of the biggest sponsors of the UFC.
We got an NBA as well.
Yeah, so it makes sense that they're doing that. I think every company does that.
Yeah, I think that's pretty much every company is
the TV show or the series Suits. That was a Lexus commercial. Every episode, they were showing them getting in and out of their Lexus town car derivative because they had their private driver taking them around. Look, that's how it is. I don't think we're ever going to get out of that. But, and I think Mick just came out with it, and I was about to say the same shit. They're chasing a market that they already have versus creating one. If you want to get rid of the stigma that only middle-aged white dudes ride Harleys, stop supporting and just blasting your advertising to that. That's kind of a captive audience.
Well, if you're not white, you're automatically racist. So, and they can't be racist towards you. But, I don't know. I honestly don't know where Harley is going with all of this.
Well, I think they're doing what every Fortune 500 company is doing with all of this.
Protecting their ass?
Yep.
They are jumping on a social justice theme that works for them today.
Oh, of course. Every company does that.
Yeah, of course.
When we started getting the emails of the company saying, we're with you through these hard times, when the pandemic really started hitting, I was like, this is going to I even told my wife, I'm like, this is going to start a trend, because if one person sends it out, they all have to send it out. Because if not, it's going to look like, oh, well, they cared more than X cared more than Y.
Oh, yeah.
And now I feel like every single time we have a hot button topic in the news, we're going to start seeing that. And I think Harley might have sat this one out if it wasn't for all the negative press they got from one of their dealership owners going on a tirade.
Oh no!
But I mean,
which is what we're going to talk about next.
yeah.
I mean, look, the whole Black Lives Matter movement, whatever you want to call it. I mean, it had an impact. You can't turn on the fucking video game without it mentioning something along those lines. You can't see any ads on Facebook, or like when I watch YouTube TV, or just a YouTube video. There's always something popping up.
Yeah. I mean, so look, I have two apologies I have to make. So I'm going to go ahead and make one of them now. So this one is for the person who said that we were racially disrespectful by saying that black bikes matter. Well, guess what? We are entertainers who care about black bikes. I cannot be racist. I have many friends who ride black bikes. Listen, we don't care about what color your bike is. If you love a black motorcycle, a blue motorcycle, a two-tone motorcycle, that's right, we believe in mixing colors on our motorcycles. It doesn't matter. So if you have a problem with the color of someone else's bike, remember, your opinion doesn't mean crap to them, so don't say it, because you will be opening yourself up for anger, dissent, and possibly looting. I'm sorry.
Wow. You went off on that one.
I'm just tired. All colors are great. Some color combinations just don't match. But some look amazing. Black and red. Amazing. Black and yellow. Black and pretty much everything kind of works.
Except brown. Black and brown make a frown.
It just does not work.
Make a frown.
You ever heard that one?
No.
Okay, so
that's how you know what color of shoes and pants to wear.
Oh, okay. I mean, I was like, black and brown make a frown. Like,
yeah,
what would
black belt,
do?
black shoes,
Yeah.
brown belt, brown shoes. You cannot cross the streams of black and brown.
Oh, that's funny. Okay.
Okay, so I had to get that out there, and it's the first apology that I was going to make was that I've said something on pretty much every freaking episode that I think this bike or that bike is ugly or stupid. So I'd like to apologize to all of the riders who spent their money on customizing their bikes to meet their design choices and not spending it on therapists to help them thicken up their skin to be able to handle people calling them out for poor design choices. I am sorry that Between Two Wheels, particularly Uncle Ken, made you feel butthurt for doing something stupid.
Well, that's what happens when you're stupid.
I'm not calling you out, Jason.
Oh. I thought you were talking to Mick.
No. Mick's got some of the thickest skin on earth.
Yeah, but you really hate on his bike sometimes, so.
That's just it. This is some made
You've
up
been carving for a while.
Some made up feud that I don't like the heritage.
Look, if we can sit here and poke at each other's bikes and they still come back and watch the show, then they're probably all right people. But if you have to send an email, then you send an email because if you did it publicly, everyone would dog on your ass. That makes you a bitch.
Did we actually get an email of someone upset that we called their bike ugly?
This guy, well, right there.
Oh,
I got, and the reason I didn't forward it is because I was on my phone. I didn't have a way to kill out his reply email, his return email address. I didn't want to get some lawsuit because Ken goes off on this thin-skinned little bitch, Jason. And
well, I mean, the first thing that would happen is they would get signed up for Catfax.
Yes.
Awesome.
Dude, what's worse than Catfax is like the political parties.
Oh yeah.
They are
And
relentless.
they'd be signed up for all of them,
Yeah.
every single one. Oh yeah.
Okay. So now that the entertainment side of our positive, very uplifting episode, let's talk about some good motorcycle industry news and something positive about a Harley Davidson and something positive about a Harley Davidson electric bike. Let's talk about the Livewire doing a border to border Mexico to Canada trip.
Mexico to Canada.
So this guy he's actually known for doing these types of extreme stuff, right? For his 50th birthday, he was supposed to go to Spain. I don't remember the guy's name. That's why I'm not saying it. So if you guys look it up real quick, you can throw that in there. But he's supposed to go to Spain, but because of COVID, it didn't happen. He had this live wire. He decided he wanted to do the US Mexico border to the US Canada border on his EV, on his live wire. And he did it successfully. It took him only 8 days.
That is actually surprising.
Now, there's something that I did find out I wasn't aware of. I think this is something that's truly Californian that I do love is the West Coast Green Highway Network. It's like every 50 miles there is a EV station for you to quick charge your vehicle. And every stop there's multiple stations available. So like a Bucky's EV and a Texaco EV. I don't know why I went straight to petroleum, but whatever.
I mean, because that's what most people use.
Yeah. But I thought it was cool. However, it's 1,700 miles. Is that pretty close to what that distance was?
1,400 is how far he ran.
Yeah, 9 days.
1,400 miles in 9 days. So
Ooh.
he did what, about
155
miles per day?
Yep.
Damn.
I was thinking 9 days isn't that long, but now that I see 155 miles a day, that's oof. That's rough.
But it takes 45 minutes to charge the live wire from 0 to 80%. And it takes an hour to go to full charge. Why did he only do 155 miles a day?
He's 50 years old.
He's 50 years old on basically a crotch rocket.
Yeah.
Still.
It wasn't the most comfortable of bikes.
But damn, I like the fact that he proved that it can be done.
Yep.
I love that. I was thinking about this.
Well, see, it really all, of course it can be done. He chose the easiest route with, the California Green Highway, whatever you want to call it. Yeah, I mean, it can be done. If there's enough charging places along the route and you've got money for hotels and stuff, then sure, it can be done. I'm not real surprised by that.
Right. But he was the first.
He was the first. Okay. Yay.
That's cool. I don't care who you are. That's a cool thing.
Yeah.
Now, damn, fucking people keep chiming in. Ewan McGregor supposedly finished a trip from the tip of South America to Canada on the live wire. That is correct.
What?
However, yeah.
On a live wire?
Yeah. Harley gave it to him and said, hey, go out and do cool shit.
So that must be a new video coming out then.
But because nothing has actually been posted or anything like that, it wasn't a big deal. This guy, and 100%, it doesn't matter if it's a man, woman, whatever, but this is a great thing for Harley. He's Latino. He's under 60. He's 50, but he's under 60.
Yeah.
He was affected by COVID-19.
And he documented this thing and he did it with his family. This is great PR.
Yep.
And why is he not on Harley Davidson's website?
Because he's Latino.
Because he did it on live wire.
I don't know.
It kills me though.
Probably because they don't want it. I mean, have you gone through the Cycle World article and read the comments? It's probably because they don't want those kind of comments all over their website.
Oh no, I didn't look at the comments.
Oh, dude, it's just paragraphs of back in 1996, on my way back from a rally in California, the last legged trip of mine from Nebraska to Georgia was 1,329 miles. And that goes on for like literally a dozen more sentences.
Yeah, makes sense.
Basically just saying like, hating on e-bikes.
Look, say it for what it is. Harley Davidson was the first of the big three or big five motorcycle companies to come to market with an EV motorcycle. God, I hate saying this.
I mean, yeah,
but they are innovating. Oh, God.
They're trying to innovate.
They are. And
with
look,
20,000 RPM flywheels for self-balancing.
God damn it. I forgot about that.
Look, we talk shit about it, but what does that invention lead to down the road?
30,000 RPM flywheels for balancing.
Frag grenades in a different type.
Yeah.
Without powder.
Speaking of frag grenades, I watched Bad Boys for Life last night.
Oh, it's a good movie. Good movie.
There's like 4 or 5 Harleys in it.
Yep.
Yeah.
See that Fat Bob tearing it up?
Oh, yeah.
I have that bike.
with a freaking sidecar on it.
Yeah.
But that sidecar was badass.
It was super badass. Have you seen that video going around with that Grom with the sidecar? He's got a Great Dane and a Pomeranian standing on the sidecar.
What? No, I've seen it.
So I think I sent it. I think we actually might have even talked about it here on the show, but it was like a specially made sidecar platform for the Grom. And it just it's like a bolt-on kit. But I mean, it's a good, like probably 4x4 square that kind of bolts onto the side of it.
Okay, I think I've seen the kit. Yeah, I've seen that.
Well, it was that, but he had a giant white Great Dane. Her name was Bubbles. Of course, she had the big pink goggles on, and then sitting in between the Great Dane's legs was a little, like, I don't know if it was a Pomeranian, it was a small fluffy dog, also with the goggles on, and they just stand on that thing and just cruise around.
Little fluffy dog. Okay.
Look, all the hate and discontent, just stop. No one fucking cares. Yeah. Wait, holy crap. We've gone 28 minutes and that's the first F-bomb.
Are you sure?
We get 2 more. but no. So all this hate though, it's killing me. I'm so tired of everything, the hate in politics and the hate with race, the hate on motorcycles, the hate on a specific type of motorcycle. It's getting to the point where I don't even want to go and look at any Google search for motorcycles because you're going to see something that's just stupid. And then the comment trail of all the keyboard Karens and Kens out there. Is it keyboard Ken? Who is the male version?
It's a Richard.
Keyboard Richards out there. It's just, that's what's killing social media, I think. But I don't know. I'm just tired of it. Maybe I'm just getting soft in my old age. It's stupid.
Or, I mean, no, you're not getting soft. You're just getting fucking old. Old people get grumpy and get off my lawn. So that's how it all works. Is because the more you see, the more you get tired of it.
Yeah. All right. Let's go to something a little bit happier.
Oh, I put that link to that video in the chat if anyone wants to go see it.
Oh, sweet. Yamaha. Now, Justin wrote the headliner on this one, but Yamaha patents another weird ass 3-wheeler.
Where's the lie?
I mean, it's not a lie.
Yeah, exactly.
But I don't hate it.
So if you ever wanted or wondered what a Can-Am Spider scooter would look like, Yamaha will hook you up. I hate to admit it, this thing looks cool.
Yeah,
And
I don't hate it.
it's a hybrid motorcycle. I love the technology behind this. In essence, the combustion engine is used to charge the batteries.
It's a generator.
Yeah,
I mean, I don't. It's weird looking. I don't hate the way it looks, and the fact that it's a hybrid, I'm cool with that.
okay, look. This thing from the back, let me go ahead and pop it up here. That is the future Road Glide trike. That's the front end of it.
That's the
Look.
back end of it.
That's the back end.
That is the future Road Glide trike.
Oh, I see what you're saying now.
See?
Oh, okay.
With
okay.
a fat front wheel.
And a silver LED across, that'd actually be really dope.
That's
It's funny that you mentioned that because I was just looking at the front and I was thinking, why didn't they make the Yamaha? So if you want to pull up the front view, I was like, why did they make the Yamaha touring bike, the Road Glide knockoff, with that front end?
Yeah.
Of course, you'd have to put some mesh in the middle, but I mean, that looks really good.
I have
got
to
some
go
like that.
find that. Yeah.
If you want to just here, I can screen share it.
All right.
Okay, right there. I don't know how well I can see it, but
Yeah.
I mean, that's a good looking front end.
Yeah.
It's kind of praying mantis-esque.
Yeah.
I think it's I think it looks cool as shit. Do you have
You're
that top
definitely right. That's
that top 3/4 front view?
top 3/4 front view on it. Top.
Keep
No.
right there. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that suspension. That
Yeah.
front end just looks badass.
No, I like I said, I don't hate it. I mean, it doesn't really matter. It's a scooter. Okay.
But it's
Pretty cool scooter.
yeah, I would totally ride that. It looks cool. Now the side profile shot,
Yeah.
that's yeah.
That screams I like to play bingo.
I see a lot of dragon paint jobs on that.
What's the name of this scooter company? The mobile, like old people scooters.
Oh, hover around.
Hover around. That's the hover around for boomers. That'd be badass. But yeah, that is Iron Man.
Yeah.
Had sex with Road Glide, and that's what comes out.
And imagine if they could actually like get it to where like the forks were like down here instead of actually the big giant metal bars.
Yeah.
So
They had some type of weird steering.
there is a fork setup like that. Where did I put all that? This is, but there is a suspension setup like that a current motorcycle model, I believe, has. It's called center hub steering.
Mm-hmm.
Center hub steering. It's kind of cool looking technology, and it kind of makes the bikes look badass. Very futuristic looking. Let me share this one. This guy right here.
Oh. Almost looks like a double swing arm.
Yeah.
Is it coming or going? I don't know.
But
Should I go?
it's cool.
Wow, I'm looking at all like the physics behind it of like how that rod pushes that rod, which pushes against that. I mean, that's pretty genius.
It's insane. But this was actually one of the common styles of fork suspension from back in the day.
Wow.
I know this because I've been working up an episode called The History of Suspension for Motorcycles.
Oh, wow.
That I plan on recording here pretty soon. But yeah, entire series coming up. I'm hoping it does well. But yeah, that was something else that was kind of cool. But I like that they're pushing the limits again. I love that crap. Push technology forward. Putting a generator on a live wire, or because you have to have that combustion motor, put it on a touring bike. You have the saddlebags there. You use that for your battery cells or that space, and then have your twin cam generator up front.
See, and I think that they would use the space underneath the tour pack for batteries. You just wouldn't be able to take your tour pack off.
It'd be mounted too high. It would throw the center of balance way off. Those batteries are heavy.
Yeah. I mean,
Do it in a trike. I hate to say it like that, but put it in a trike and use the entire trunk space as the battery bank. Now, I don't know how that would work from a safety perspective, but I'm sure there's a way to figure that out.
nothing bad happens when lithium is exposed to oxygen.
Okay. Now, this is a quote that I think I am guilty of saying. Baggers are made for old geezers. They're big, slow, and ugly. But now I get to add something to that quote. They will be racing at Laguna Seca. Yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. I'm a fucking nerd about this, but baggers on Laguna Seca.
Yeah.
It's freaking Laguna Seca.
Yeah, that'd be something awesome to see in person.
That would be scary as shit to ride in person.
Nah, well, the corkscrew would screw me up.
Yeah. You know
I would be
Texas run that course.
I'd be taking that one in second gear, stock second gear. Okay, so this isn't actually new news. However, what is going to be a real bagger race only. So, Harley baggers, the only real baggers out there. I'm being sarcastic, people. Damn it. But there's a twist. S&S, and I'm so freaking happy that it's them that's doing this. But Team S&S will be bringing an Indian to challenge the Harleys. And do you know which one they're going to go with? They're going with the Challenger.
Oh, they're going with the Challenger.
Oh, wait. That was less anticlimactic as I thought. But I love it. And it's great news for all of us. All of the people who love baggers or who are bagger enthusiasts. And here's why. This will settle absolutely nothing regarding which American bagger is better, but the internet will still be set on fire as soon as the King of Baggers race ends.
Oh, yeah.
But what I'm looking forward to is all that sweet American iron racing 2.13 miles per lap around one of the greatest, sexiest American tracks. I wish we were famous enough to get free trips and VIP passes for this.
No kidding.
But I
would have liked to get invited for the race just to see what my freaking stock Ultra could do.
I'd just like to spectate.
Yeah.
I would like to sit right outside of turn 8A with 3 cameras going. One for that close-up sexiness of that deep carving lean coming out of the corkscrew. Another one set up to catch all of the crashes that's going to happen. Well, let's face it. If it bleeds, it leads. And then the other one would just be me capturing my shit-eaten grin as I'm the happiest 5-year-old kid on earth. Okay. I cannot find the rules for this event.
Yeah,
Yeah, I couldn't find them either.
And yes, Fat Man, my buddy, Roadblock is so hard right now. God, when you're right, you're right. But I'm wondering why there are no non-American motorcycles in this.
I think you pretty much know why.
But still, I mean, aren't there any European no? Are there any Japanese baggers running V twins?
Does it have to be a V twin?
That's the only thing all of these, well, okay, all two companies have in common is the V twin motor. Now I know the Beamer has a I think a 4-cylinder. Yeah, it's a 4-banger. The Goldwing's a 4-banger. Is the Suzuki and Yamaha's 4-cylinders?
I don't know.
Hold, please.
So Toby, Brandon, and Brandon are saying Yamaha and Kawasaki's are twin cammed. Or
Yeah,
not
like
twin cam,
the,
twin cylinder V twins. The Vaquero.
The Vaquero and the what was that other one?
So is this happening because there's not enough tuning capabilities out of those V twins? Or there's not enough aftermarket support for them? Or the power plants are just not powerful enough to compete with the larger American V twins?
I think that the people who are interested in performance baggers are not interested in those bikes.
Okay. Fair enough.
Yeah. I mean, I can see that.
But I would love to see a Beamer K1600 be out there.
Yeah, the Yamaha's the Star Eluder.
Yeah.
That is a V-twin.
And from what I understand, so Mick is asking the question, modified or no. The write-up that SNS and about the SNS and Indian partnership, they are modifying primarily suspension, weight, and adjustability. They are going to put in some hotter cams, some poured and polished heads, but they're not going into the actual motor itself. They're not stroking or boring the motor. They're not doing anything like that. But
they're not swapping motors, or
yeah, it's going to be the base long block in essence, with customized heads. So
it'd be like a race what you brung type of deal.
No. So there's 14 teams involved, and they're all like legit race teams. I don't know the guy's name who's going to be riding the S&S Indian Challenger, but he's a champion in flat track and motocross. So I believe motocross. I could be wrong on motocross. I do know he's a flat track champion who came off of the Harley Davidson V twins. So he knows some shit. But I'm psyched, and I love the fact that it's got an Indian. It's not an all Harley race.
Oh man, the pictures on the Indian look really cool.
Oh yeah. But and this might be a testimony to the performance of the stock Challenger. We all know that on paper it has better performance, better handling, and pretty much leads the class in everything other than style and looks, and fit and finish, if you will.
Yeah.
That's the only thing that Harley is winning against Indian on that platform, on the fixed fairing touring models, is fit and finish.
Yeah, I agree with that.
And I know all I do is talk trash about Harley and somehow talk trash about every other motorcycle company. I'm not. We're not all assholes. Well, okay, Justin and I are not assholes.
Someone's got to be the asshole.
Love you, brother. Love you. Okay, so that is, I mean, is there anything more to say on this subject other than, yeah?
When's it scheduled for?
It's right now, it was supposed to happen this week or last week, but it's been postponed to October 22nd to the 25th, I believe.
Oh, shit.
23rd through 25th.
23rd through
Really
25th.
postponed it. I'm right. I'll forget about it by then. Somebody put it on the calendar and remind me later.
Are you thinking watch party?
I mean, yeah, I'd definitely like to watch it. Yep.
That might be interesting.
I don't know, man. They're doing quite a bit to that bike from what I can see.
But so it's supposed to only be altering the suspension and having the adjustability in the suspension, but a lot of it's shedding. I think they said they wanted to shed 200 pounds out of that.
Yeah, they're doing custom fab, gas tank, rear end, all that.
Okay, so yeah, they're going to go full carbon fiber for everything and shit like that then.
Yeah.
So they already got a set of race wheels on it too. And a set of, looks like Olin suspension up front.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
They might have to lead the motor along because the motor looks to be in one piece, but man, that's awesome.
I wonder if they're limited to like
that too.
I wonder if they're, as far as the motor goes, I wonder if they're just limited to staging it, like what the average consumer would do.
What you can buy off the shelf.
Yeah.
So then every Harley is going to have a 130, whatever the fuck the new number is this week.
Yeah.
Oh crap! There's number 2.
Yeah.
Okay, so
this week.
I kind of killed my closing argument earlier, but let's hit this again from a different perspective. How effective are marketing techniques when it comes to racial/gender inclusion, especially in a white male dominated market such as heavyweight cruiser motorcycles?
I'll go ahead and go first.
All right.
I think that they're going to have an effect on anyone who is already open to the idea. I don't think anyone is seeing, a girl ride a motorcycle on a Harley commercial and that being the very first time they've ever seen that, unless, of course, they're at a very young age. Mm-hmm. Any other person, you're going to get one of two responses. Either, oh, that's pretty cool, or, oh, God, now they got to bring in a girl so everyone's included. You're going to get those two responses, which was predetermined prior to you seeing said advertisement.
Yeah, so the marketing research that they conducted, they already saw that coming, is what you're saying.
Yeah, essentially, like, I'm going to bring up, what was it, Finding Dory, the Finding Nemo 2. Okay. If it wouldn't have been for the whole media storm around the lesbian moms in the gift shop, I wouldn't even noticed it.
Where there were lesbian moms in the gift shop?
Exactly. Yes, when they were at the little theme park, there was 2 moms. And I remember the media lost their shit about it, but I was like, really, guys? It's
why?
2018. Exactly.
See, that's someone who went in there with the sole purpose
to find something.
Of finding things that could be offensive for someone. I mean, like I said, kids watching it, they don't look at that and go, oh, that's 2 moms. That's not normal or whatever. Yeah. I don't even notice half the shit.
Yep.
That people get all fucking twisted about. I don't even notice it half the time.
Mm-hmm. And I think that is, in marketing, they're either going to see it because they're already aware of the idea, or it's going to upset them because the idea is too new to them. They haven't had time to accept it or will never accept it.
Well, I mean, for most people, once they've left high school, college ages, they're pretty set in how they're going to live their life.
Yeah.
I mean,
for the most,
unless there's something really drastic that happens in their life, the people are pretty set by then. And you can't change people's beliefs. You really can't. You can change their ideas, but if they believe that this is the way it's supposed to be, then that's the way it's going to be.
So I'm going to go back to fuck. Never mind. I'm not, because I just totally blanked. Okay, so gay and lesbian. How is that even a thing today in 2020? I still don't get it. Other than all of the
I mean,
new
I get it.
letters
It's an
that they're.
HD.
But I don't know. Okay. So there's that. What about you, Ken? What are your thoughts about this?
I mean, I agree with Justin. You're either like us and you don't see it. Oh, it's another motorcycle commercial. Unless somebody points it out, people like us, we generally don't see it unless it's something really over the top, exaggerated, or they make a point to bring attention to it.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like if two women are riding motorcycles together and they stop and, you know, I don't know, they walk off holding hands or something like that. I don't know. You know, other ways you would be considered gay on TV. I wouldn't notice it and I wouldn't care. But of course that's how we look at it, and the people that we associate with look at it. So I mean, like Justin said, you're either going in, you're open minded. It's just another commercial. Oh, cool. You know, the young kids, or you know, a young black guy, or a young Hispanic guy, or a young woman, or whatever. Yeah, you're pretty much exactly what Justin said. That's really how I see it.
You know, ever so often when I'm surfing YouTube, I'll get that startup commercial. And I think it's from GoDaddy.com, but it's got this really soft playing music talking about how there was many companies that started during times of diversity and we need you.
Mm-hmm.
And the very first picture that kind of pops up in their video is Harley Davidson.
Yep.
They didn't start their company during a time of diversity. 1903 was not, it was actually kind of a boom going on. A lot of industrial revolution part 2 was taking place at that time. So it's shit like that. If you're going to try to market to people and try to be sincere, get your facts right, people. Damn it. What happened to the hot chick that raced in NASCAR?
Whoa, hot? Come on.
Oh, okay. Well, when I was 10, she was hot.
Okay, yeah.
Just because she could go fast?
Well, yeah, that was part of it.
I like Danica Patrick.
Right. Dude, I was scrolling through Facebook and she popped up and I had my sound on, so like the video started automatically playing and it was her. She's like, "Do you want to be in a VIP suite for Monte Carlo?" I was like, "Oh god."
No, I don't.
Wait, actually, yeah, that'd be really dope. What do I got to do?
I don't know what you're showing. I'm scared right now.
Do you know someone who did age really well?
Who's that?
Monica Lewinsky.
Well, I mean, she had a glow up, yeah.
She yeah.
I just stumbled
Funny
across
does that.
a chick from Even Stevens. Y'all might have been too old for that show.
Yeah, didn't do Even Stevens.
Never mind.
All right. Here's what's interesting. I have a kid who is wrapping up his bachelor's degree in marketing, and his girlfriend is doing the same thing. And their take on what they're seeing in advertising today is funny because this is what they're being taught. This is the type of marketing you do. Now, luckily, you know, with Zach, he's such a nerd. He likes the marketing analytics side of it. I'm so happy. He's going to be a data scientist. Anyways, you know, it is what it is. He's my kid. But this is what they're teaching them. This type of viral marketing, and in essence, that's the buzzword, is viral marketing, but it's really bandwagon marketing.
Well, yeah,
jumping on that bandwagon.
Yeah, it's always been that way. You want people to jump on your bandwagon and buy your shit and talk about your shit.
Yeah. But yeah, you know, one last thing. I finally was able to get the movie Stone Cold. And this is a biker movie that was suggested to us. And
I had another one emailed to me that I was supposed to bring up.
I have to say it. Of all the BB movies, the biker B movies, that one was probably the best. I have to admit it. There was some incredibly stupid parts. In the beginning, Homeboy, the main character, that's the cop, the bad boy cop, which I see a trend with the bad boy cops getting suspended and then going to work undercover for biker gangs. Awesome, Hollywood. But he starts out and he's in his apartment. He's wearing this weird banana hammock thong looking thing. It freaked me the fuck out. But his pet was a Gila
monster.
Gila monster. One of the big fucking dragon looking things.
Nope.
How is that his pet? And who's going to take care of that when he's undercover? Come on.
Oh, I mean, they're easy to feed. You don't have to feed them very often.
But he was feeding him some kind of weird smoothie slop.
And somebody can make it.
But I believe the movie came out in the early 90s. It was incredibly all of the nudity was very 80s boobies, like the perfect circles that were just kind of planted on the chest.
Brand new boob jobs, bolt-ons, man.
It was a good movie though. The plot was legitimate-ish. Everything, it made sense. I like that. The plot was there. It was a B movie it is what it is, but
So the one that I got suggested that we watch and review on a future podcast is it's actually a documentary on Amazon Prime called American Biker. It's got 65 votes with 2 stars. So
American
Biker. It's only on Amazon Prime. It's called Freedom on the Open Road.
And it's a documentary. Is it a series or an actual movie?
Movie, 1 hour.
Oh.
1 hour, and looks like he's on a sports star. I'm just scrolling through the reviews. Giving American bikers a bad name, boring and generic, boring, skip it. An advertisement for the motorcycle industry, meh. It's ... okay. Dumb. Awful tiny subset of motorcycle culture. Damn.
Toby's asking, do any of us watch the series Ride with Norman Reedus? I watched the first season of this. My wife loves it.
I wonder why.
But yeah, she's a huge Norman Reedus fan. But she just likes the storytelling and all the different locations they go to. They actually do a great job. But for me, it's not a motorcycle show, and I don't have anything that I really relate to him with. But I like Norman Reedus. What about you guys? You've seen it?
I've never seen an episode.
Never watched it. I like Norman Reedus. He's an all right actor. I mean,
look, Boondock Saints.
Yeah,
he was a genius.
Yeah, he was pretty good in the Blade movies too.
I never saw any of the Blades.
Oh, those are great, terrible movies.
Yeah.
Those are actually movies. They're bad enough, but they're still good enough that I'll watch them over again.
Yeah.
Yeah. I tell you what, they had one of the most amazing soundtracks if you're into
EDM.
Industrial EDM.
Yeah.
So think like Rammstein without the music or without the lyrics.
Yeah.
That's what I meant. But all right, gents, it has been a pleasure. I think we need to connect and go over some stuff. But awesome. Thank y'all. I'm sorry it took me so long to get the show notes up there, but I'm glad we were able to get something out there.
We need show notes at this point. I feel like we're good enough.
Just making shit up.
That's what we've been doing since day one.
They don't know if we have show notes or not.
Oh, come on. I post them online.
You think they read them?
Wow. You just slashed his heart open.
Yeah.
Just saying.
Anyways, for everyone who tuned in, thank you very much for hanging out with us this evening. We did not get 100 likes on the movie review episode.
Oh, you suck.
I did hit 50.
Hey,
Now, I was shooting for the stars on that 100 because we don't have
I knew you were.
any of our videos with 100, but I'm happy we got to 50. So I'm going to post in the community section a poll if you would like for us to do a Between Two Wheels reacts. And if we get enough votes, yes, we'll do it. And then, Justin, how about if we get the votes, you post on yours what movie? We'll give a list of 3 movies that we'll review, and we'll see what happens.
I'm cool with that.
And yes, I do have to say, Toby gave me the really horrible advice, and I did pay for the movie. Toby felt bad. He hooked us up. He made a donation to cover the cost.
Yeah, that's how you know the movie's bad. You have to pay someone to watch it.
Yeah. Holy shit!
I'm happy because I paid for the movie out of my pocket, but Project Clean Slate benefited.
Yeah.
So that's a win-win.
Are you? Yeah. That's a write-off for you now.
It's not. Damn it.
How would that not be research costs?
Because okay, so I'll go ahead and put our dirty air out there. On Between Two Wheels Project Clean Slate, I claim 0 deductions.
Oh.
I have no expenses that are not specifically for the motorcycle. I don't claim it. It all comes out of the pocket. So all the equipment, all the hosting, all the crap, all that comes out of my pocket, or I borrow it from Ken or Justin if they have the equipment I need. But like this lock set thing, I couldn't ask them to send me any of these because I plan on showing how shitty they are. So
I'm going to review it.
I bought these out of my pocket. But if the video does well, Project Clean Slate will benefit from it. So it's a good trade-off. But Toby, yes, awesome guy. He actually sent us the donation as soon as I gave my review. I saw that thing pop up on the PayPal. I was like, damn, he is on top of that. But yeah, listen, everything that we're doing here is to get us every step closer to making Project Clean Slate a reality. So if you guys feel bad about giving us a really poor recommendation, you want to reimburse Project Clean Slate for it, I appreciate it. Thank you. We do have Patreon. The Patreon is going to start seeing some very positive changes coming up soon. Some special things coming out about that. If you want to donate to Project Clean Slate and get a couple little bennies out of the side, hey, go to Between2Wheels.com. The 2 is spelled out TWO, and click on Project Clean Slate. Also, because he's a cool dude who rides a Heritage, anyone buying the Motorcycle Mick t-shirts, the proceeds are going to Project Clean Slate.
Ooh.
So that is Motorcycle Mick, a veteran supporting veterans who support vets. I mean, it doesn't get any better than that. But everyone, thank you. Good night.